This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decisions or any legal decisions based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, oh yeah, hit the like button, subscribe button, all the YouTube algorithm stuff. I always forget that. Stocko Tracker, for the last couple of months, have stated that 65% on average of all the shares that are sold in the market have been shorted shares, which means that every day about 50% more of the shares that are sold in the market are shorted shares. So at this point, there are like billions and billions of shorted shares in the market. Now, here's where I see that as becoming a major, major problem. If I have my shares, I have, say, for example, I have 1,000 shares of AMC. And then my broker lends these 1,000 shares out, and investor B buys my 1,000 shares. When it's time to vote, who gets to vote those 1,000 shares? Do I get to vote the 1,000 shares as the original owner, or does the person who bought the 1,000 shorted shares get to vote those 1,000 shares? And that's a major problem. And the fact that they keep lending the shares and re-lending the shares and re-lending the shares, at some point you might have 1,000 shares that's been loaned 20 times. So now you got 20 different investors that think they have 1,000 shares worth of voting rights when they do not. And when it's time to pay dividends, the people who received the borrowed shares or bought the borrowed shares, how are they going to receive dividends when the company is only going to pay dividends to the actual real shares that are part of the float? And that's why we're having all these failure to delivers, because they're shorting the shares into the market, they're shorting shares they don't have, and even if they're borrowing shares to short into the market, they're borrowing the shares and over and over and over and over again. So at this point, there are no voting rights for anybody. There's no voting rights for anybody. There's no dividends to be received by anybody. And that's one of the reasons why they keep shorting the stock. They keep kicking the can down the road, because at some point it has to crash. And as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be worse than 2008. Because in 2008, the market crashed, and a lot of homeowners were affected. The home market was affected, but it was mostly homeowners on the retail side. But now, in 2022, you have a lot more retail investors that are invested in the market, that have a lot of their hard-earned money in the market. So, as far as I'm concerned, the 2022 crash, when it does happen, I believe it's going to happen. I believe it's imminent. If you see what's going on in the market, what's going to happen is it's going to be worse than what happened in 2008. And what's going to happen, the taxpayer is going to end up bailing out these hedgies, and nothing's going to change. And nothing's going to change until we force the SEC to do their job, until we force the SEC to follow the rules that they have in place. Nothing's going to change. The market's going to crash. The politicians that the hedgies have in their pocket are going to bail them out. And the only person going to be held holding the bag is the retail investors and the taxpayers. The retail investors and the taxpayers. Anyway, this is a short video. Please let me know what you think. If you keep loaning your shares over and over again, who gets the voting rights? If the same 1,000 shares have been loaned 20 times, who gets to vote those 1,000 shares? The original investor? The one who bought the shorted shares? The one who bought the next set of shorted shares? Please leave some comments and let me know what you think. But at this point, it's just fraud, corruption, and manipulation, and the market is going to crash, and the SEC needs to step in and do the job that we paid them to do. DTCC needs to do their job also. Anyway, have a great day. I appreciate you on this journey with me. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube stuff. Thank you.